I think we lost him for a moment. Maybe it's network.
My internet just keeps switching between Swift and another. Sorry, please.
Okay, sir.
Now,
Okay. Yes, sir.
so that the DR of that capacity, that server, I know that server that I've seen before. That's if Mr.
Mm.
Sami is here. Is Mr. Sami here?
I don't think I've not seen him on.
Okay, I equally have not seen him, but then I have seen that capacity of that server. That server is good to actually promote and use for the disaster recovery implementation, which we need to discuss about that, please. And of course, the
All
primary
right, sir.
server is just in view when Exchange may not be there with their X cloud infrastructure. And Mr.
Of course.
Gbenga, you were there when, of course, recently we've been having problem with challenge of their fixed protocol connectivity. And you, of course, know the front and the front and back that we've been with the NGX group over this. So we just discovered yesterday that all trading terminals were fine and connected very well. Strangely. Yes, they've been asking us to go and change something in the software, and they were very arrogant to even listen to some of the things that even some of our consultants externally are advising them. And at any rate, some pressures are going down there for them to look at what the issue could be. And we can actually tell many clients had actually got called in yesterday to say that things were good, even from 2 days ago. But at any rate, they were trying to feel that because people are hosted from outside xCloud was why that problem that we had. But quite frankly, I had to let the exchange know that 95% of my customers are on xCloud. That means the NGX manages my 95% infrastructure. So they were now giving that pressure to InfoWare, one other partner and colleague of mine, a colleague, my competition, who were that his own clients are none on xCloud. Guess what? And they are now saying that because it's on a different infrastructure is why they were having fixed connectivity challenge. And that actually, totally had to rule that out because 95% of people were on xCloud, were on xCloud infrastructure, which is manned by them, and we had worst case, and all that. So, and you also were in the meeting I had with the exchange over some of these issues. And I also know what how you also can evaluate what they were saying. Okay, so one hand again. You can go ahead, please. Okay.
Well, I guess it was still me.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So
Yeah.
let me just try get back to my remote server work.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gbenga. Please, I'll just continue.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Amos. Thank you.
Okay, so now, like I said, the beauty of this meeting, let me put it this way, is because I can see every department, visually together here, and we can all see and learn from what we do in various places. There can never be a better time. It's just like you holding a physical retreat, maybe in the Bahamas or something. So internal control, take note. If that is what you want to plan, we can actually have that happen. So we can go even to the Bahamas for this. I know the accountants are also there. Madam, did you hear that? So, so that we can
Look
have
for me to make finance ready. We are on.
Shut up.
Come on.
I like that. All right, thank you so
It's
very much.
okay.
So
Yeah, yeah.
please
Well done.
spare me a few more minutes. I want to drill on some other areas briefly, and I'll be starting from the crux of the operation of capital market, which is now almost in at one point. Yes. The way I look at the market today is more of a visual data. And I'm very, very glad and proud to share our operation from this dimension. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me make sure I'm sharing from the right server, the right environment. Excuse me.
Mr. Amos, we can't hear you. I don't know if others
Sorry,
can
1
hear you,
minute,
but I
please.
can't
No,
hear you.
sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. No, actually, I wasn't talking. I was trying to get back to where I was, please. I'm coming now. I was trying
Okay,
to share from
okay.
there, yes. Okay, so I will now share my screen. Okay, so you see, the area of stockbroking, quite frankly, is a whole lot that because we know the bits and process, the process around capital market has become in fact so much of machine based. So, hello? Hello? Please, can we mute that angle? Can we mute that angle? Thank you. Right. So that the main thing that actually has been brought into part of what we already know or what we've been doing is one part of post-trade processing analysis board. Now, post-trade processing, this is something that brings the trade department, the stockbroking operations totally, plus the accounting department, in that you are able to confirm from just one dashboard summaries of how the day's trades have gone. Once implemented, what we need to do is that the actual accuracies to all this and the data and their patch will be given to you after the training, because we couldn't have given you this set of things when we have not spoken to you about them. So something very important here is that this dashboard here is able to tell you certain daily trade performance. Each day we're able to record trade process status, and you're able to measure the risk in each day, whether you have some risk either in terms of incomplete trades and the likes, and the mode and the manner you give treatments would also be, they've also been put under control, so that we are now able to manage all the things that we have to do. We can see trade performance by way of entries in different places. Then the risk summaries, do we have pending rejects or what have you, pending processing, and the likes. It's got to be low for you to have a good result. But then if it is high, that shows there could be some problems. Now, completion rates of a particular day's processing, you'll be able to know if it's 100%, which is the ideal, where you have a trade to process. Then for the day's revenue, you'll be able to track what you have done, revenue from the past into today, for instance, in a charted manner. Then, those details that hit the bank, which sometimes the accountants are always very confused. These are the basics that hit your bank each day. And these things come from the operations department in such a manner that the impact and form journals, like the GL Grid View that we're watching journals of the day, as the day's market opens and transactions begin to happen, you'll be seeing automatic journals coming to that window. But guess what? You never raised them. You know the journals that you raise. So we also know transactions done by the machine. Now we say that the accounting for total trade operations is 100% managed by the system. Now, how could anything be wrong? you need to agree your daily settlement with CSCS. I'm sure there's a document that you get served every day or you request that tells you that in a particular day's trade, we had total purchases and our considerations can be seen. You can compare with that document. And we're saying that on a daily basis, a house should spend some time to do this. In fact, we are saying that if market closes at 2:30, everybody should go home. I don't know what we are doing after 2:30. What else? It's only Mr. Sami that will say, stay back. I don't see that work again. And if this agrees with that, and as it has impacted your GL, sincerely, I'm of the opinion you've gone home. The other thing is just the strategies for the next day. This usually used to be a nightmare. Now, every day or any day of request, you will be able to get all these determinations and you can compare the daily nets with what is in CSCS. All these summaries, and you can even do some summaries, particularly for some of our ladies or men in the operations who sometimes have to balance things because it is not every day. Please, this is automation. Automation is not magic. Your bank will not agree automatically at all cost every time. Anything can happen. Take, for instance, you had a trade of 620 lines, but 7 lines were missing. We are saying that in this report, for the day, you will be able to see all the items that have been processed. All processed items will be here. And in a grid of a report that contains all the 620 minus 7 items will be in this place. So likely 7 or 613 must be counted and to be in under it because anything inside the trade slip table is already in the customer's portfolio. Now, I also said that 7 items were rejected, and they were rejected based on, it could be different reasons. One of the reasons is that the symbol may not have been in the system. The second may be that even the portfolio account itself may not have been created in the system. All those issues are exceptions that you can find under the reject table analytics. And they will be clearly spelled out the reason why they were not processed. Very simple. So if you have anything in the buffer for rejects, please, your bank has not agreed. Like I said, it can't be automatic. Anything outstanding will always create a difference, but the total difference value will be equal to the difference you have in the bank. That's it. That's the simple fact. Then the transact table must be the same as the trade slip table because this is what reconciles with that, and they must be the same because this is the portfolio account, this is equally the portfolio account, and this is like the waste basket where non-treated items go to sit. Then, of course, if there are other reasons for imbalanced trade, it will state here and will tell you any other specific reason why something was not traded. It was not processed. And if anything is contained in here, you equally will know why that was so, because all these grids will carry data per day. Then sometimes, especially during this period when we'll be having connectivity issues with FIX, this place called the order execution analytics is actually the buffer, the trading buffer in the orders management system. Each day, all those trades that come in for processing, they pass through this analytics area. So if there were things that were held and yet to be processed, you will know. So that, like, the fear will be sometimes, Mr. Kanem is here, is that you expect that because you did not see them, do I go ahead and process? Like you will call me, you regularly put a call through. You yourself can know because if there was anything pending, they'll be here. And you can see whether treated was yes or true or false. If anything was there untreated and is still false and is aftermarket, therefore it must have been that there must have been just a clog that may have prevented it from processing. And if you let us know, we could just go clear your logs and restart the trader, and everything there will process itself. That is why sometimes, if you have gone ahead to do the manual, this one will now come and trigger to now have a duplication. Madam Ekandem, are you there?
Sam, yes, sir, I'm listening.
So I'm talking to,
I agree with you.
I'm impacting you now. Now, that is where that duplication now comes. But then, you know the good thing? We have been able to align that manual trade file, provided it was the manual trade file, official manual trade file from the exchange. That same manual trade file, you can try it for one of the days, please, just as a trial. Like, today is what? Today is 23rd, yesterday was 22nd. Yesterday's trade, please, did you confirm? Of course, I'm sure, someone like you, why I just like your case is that if you don't balance, you will sleep the office. That's exactly what happens in many banks. But guess what? Some people will freely just go home, or they even left the office, they never bothered whether they balanced. I'm just telling the fact. But do you know one thing? If you were able to balance your day before you leave for home, when you get home and sleep, you'll be able to close your eyes. In most instances, many times, when you don't worry and you've left for home, I bet you'll be carrying the past day's thoughts in your head, and you resume with it same way, because that is what you're getting to be worried about the new morning. That's not ideal. It's no longer the way of work. So if that does not happen, that you are sure that yesterday was fine, your next day, you'll be very, very worried. Even when we had an incident recently, I know how very early in the morning you had gone to almost try some things out. You understand? So this is the way around it. So this chart, to me, is a total summary of what reduces the entire thing that we do for capital markets, be it bond, be it equity, and so on and so forth. And we will even continually to strengthen our post-trade operation, because during the trading, there's really no job. I don't know what you're doing except if you're marketing. After the operation, we want to see our position. It should be as fast as possible so that we can close at 2:30. So I'm officially saying that, yes, you can close at 2:30 and go home. Madam, or who else? Lolade is here. Is she there? Is Lolade here?
Simon, we can't close at 2:30.
I'm here.
No, okay.
We can't close at 2:30.
No. I want to talk to Lolade, not you, madam. I want the HR to confirm that it is good.
Okay, sir. So I didn't get your question. What's your question, sir?
Oh, the question is that if all is well and the market has closed at 2:30, our balances we have found out that our balances are fine. Everybody should be home. We should go home.
No, we can't. No, we have a working hours. We have operating hours, so we can't leave.
HR.
It's in our contract. No,
HR.
we can't do that. Regardless.
Okay. Now, please, now tell me, what would you now need to be doing? What? Is it to be booking mandates? Tell me. Or is it, what else? What would you need to be doing? Just let me know. What is there outstanding again? Oh, to be updating corporate actions?
Let's just focus on the training. There are other operational activities that we do.
No, that's not okay. No, not the problem. Not the problem.
Mr. Amos, should the finance team to leave for 2:30?
Come again, please.
Should the finance team to leave close for 2:30 after trade?
No, I didn't talk about finance team. I was actually talking for the operations in stockbroking. Did that favor you really, actually? But I didn't agree. But anyway, please, let's just go ahead. Now, let me just go to account maintenance. That I want to just explain some things that, you see, even in capital market, beyond the day's trades, there are certain basic things I want you to understand that also happens. Who are involved with, who is involved with the register? Do I say registrar information or updating for corporate actions? Who is in charge of this? Is there anyone particularly responsible? Oh, sorry, let me just have to log in again. Is there anybody particularly responsible?
Your that has never been active on Integra. Let's move on to serious matters, sir, please. Let's go on, please.
Oh, Mr. Sam. Mr.
Sam. Please, let's move on to the. Yes, sir.
Welcome
I'm around.
on board, Mr. Sam.
Come. Because you're just joining the class. You know how and why we always fight.
Mr. Amos, oh yeah, enjoy yourself. Let's move on.
You know why we always fight? When you come late like this, you want
Yes.
to. Oh God! And today, unfortunately, today is the same
Oh
thing.
yeah, let's enjoy. Go
That's
on,
what
sir.
I do. I regularly
Let's go.
don't want to do. I want to. Of course, today is not the day for that day. So at any rate, I haven't seen the that post trade. That question was certain activities in that responsibility. I was asking who are actually responsible for corporate actions, and these are key actually, and I maintain that. Who are responsible for corporate actions? Is this Sammy directly? Hello, Mr. Sammy.
Mr. Amos, it's an operations team on
That's
the
what I'm
Integra
saying.
application.
That's what I'm saying.
On
The
the
operations
Integra,
team. Yes, please.
yes, it's the operations team that will be updating that.
Okay. Now, that's why I'm going there. Now, what did you just say now that it's never been working? Are you with me? As if,
Yes.
So let's even know the provisions. Let's even see the provisions. What are even those things? If you understand what I mean. So, what are even those things? Because when you have corporate actions, and this is the era of orders management system, where customer stock positions are very, very key. And corporate actions are immediate ingredients in position changes. So I would like to share that under account maintenance. Okay, you are familiar with what? Okay, account biometrics. You do that, right? You are familiar with rate changes. That is for concessions. For concessions, right? And there are some other things, I think some other newer things in here that you'll see. Dividend updates, lien updates, things we may not have been talking about. Reverse splits, or what's it called, stock splits, stock delisting, right? Bonus updates and the implications. The cleared status is actually what you may have been using to clear jobbing on the orders management system. But then, why I'm saying this is that if stock positions are impacted by corporate actions, they are equally very, very important, very extremely important. And just in explaining them, the bonus means that if I have a position in Imperial and there is an adjustment by way of a corporate action by one or two of my instruments or symbols that I've invested in my portfolio, you realize that position would have changed in CSCS, but my position in my account with Imperial will remain as it is. I take, for instance, if it was First Holdco, First Bank was they were very good at declaring bonuses when they first started in the early, not started per se, but in the early days, it was very common. Just hear that they've done 1-for-1, and that was usually very common. So if we had like a 1-for-1 declaration, and this happened at a qualifying date of June 30th. So today, being August the 23rd, what that simply means is that the information of bonus has not come into the corporate database for Cloud Integra yet for Imperial by virtue of that bonus declaration date of 30th June. But guess what? In CSCS, they would have applied that change so that people with positions, maybe 2,000 holding now turning 4,000, 5,000 positions in Integra now turning 10,000, you now will see that the gap you have internally will not be the same as what you have in the central securities system. So why is this important? That unit is responsible to even having this in mind, to ensuring that there is a way to update. And what this will do for you is that provided the stock position in the system is accurate, you can apply a 1-for-1. And when you apply a 1-for-1, the 5,000 would move up to 10,000. And guess what? Bonuses come at zero price. So it will not now matter that CSCS has updated, but you have not. But equally, the other option is that if you have the corporate website from CSCS service, where this service is granted, and you can download those bonuses. If you send that to us, we can equally use it to update you all the clients that the position will change. But the risk here is that why yours may not be correct is because if your own position was not correct before, if you do a one-for-one bonus here, what you get will not be correct. Unless if you have had what we call a position harmonization with CSCS at some time in past, not too long ago. If I may ask, please, Augusta, please, can you remind me, do you know when we have done any position equalization before? When was it last?
2023.
That's about 2 years ago. So it might be actually needful that positions can be equalized this year. And once that is done, all these things I'm talking about can now make sense. That people have bonuses rather than wait for CSCS. You can actually do the application. Then sometimes it's just by way of reconstruction, and this reconstruction may come by way of it might come by way of stock splits, which in this instance the volume goes up and price comes down, and the net your portfolio value will change. Or the opposite, where price is what goes up, volume comes down, depending on what happened, and the position also will not change. That doesn't change. Just like also valuation, or rather, the bonus doesn't change because it's coming at a zero price. Then we also added what we call the stock delisting. Before now, stocks are ever available. They are still ever available. But if you don't do a delisting process, what does it do? It scans through your system, looks at whoever has 7-Up, for instance. I'm sure 7-Up is still available everywhere, unless there was a time we physically had to be removing them. We feel removing symbol may not just be it, because it's beyond just removing the symbol. What about if we had records from very old and long time with people carrying 7-Up up till today? So a deleting process, what it does is that it picks the profile, it picks the account, confirms the outstanding position of that stock, of that person in 7-Up. Once it determines that, sorry, please. 1 minute, please. Sorry, Miran. What do you say? Oh, sorry. Oh, so I'm the one dragging it. So sorry. Sorry, I understand it. My internet is, I'm the one as I'm. Okay, right. Okay, so that it picks that position of 7-Up. If it's about 7,000 units in the account, what it does is that it will negate it and pass like a disposal of the 7,000 so that it will never appear on any valuation report. And at the same time, it will remove that symbol physically out into a table called the listed items. So we now have somewhere you can view the listed items. So those processes are now very relevant in today's market. And that's why I was talking about who are involved with that. And there are still growing things around these areas. But then after this talk, we will actually give you the updates and perhaps with the additional documentation that follows with them. Now, for additional modules that are coming in terms of asset management, for those who are into asset management, there's a different ballgame entirely, because the entire process is there. And of course, an additional area that we call the AI boosted stockbroking for several AI applications of your data for different purposes, even for fraud detection. So, like I used the last time, some of the processes that we have used to determine certain access suspects and all that, all are driven by some of these AI tools that is also helping in detecting some of those things. The other things And then, of course, recently we are putting up a new account opening form, and that is in preparation for merging it with the API from CSCS. Once we are done with that, this week we'll write CSCS and we'll demand for their API position, and that will help us out. And that is part of the changes around this area. And like I say, the post-trade analysis board is a major summary of what you do, and that gives you a very very handsome kind of clarity to what can possibly make your day is. And let me just take questions for now, please. Please, let me take questions if you have any questions now. Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Amos.
Yeah, please go ahead, please.
Okay, before now, if we want to view for example, if I want to view a customer's transaction from inception, from when the customer joined Imperial, when we open account for the customer till date, I could view it then, but now it's not possible. For like, I have a particular customer. I was looking for her stock position for a particular stock, that's GT. So I went to archive. I went to check the cash statement. It only started from 2004. Then when I checked the customer's stock balance, I could only get 100,000 plus units. Meanwhile, we've been doing them. The customer has a special account, and anytime they buy, we move to special account. How come Cloud is not giving me the exact units that the customer has, the exact stock position for that particular share?
Okay. First and foremost, like I mentioned stock position harmonization. If we have implemented a harmonization like was stated here in 2023, that was the last time, that stock position covers everything every portfolio has done in Imperial up to that point. And I remembered that 2023 was also involved with we having to archive your older data from that period, and what the system does at that point is to bring opening balance, and what it brings is opening balance financials, not another history. It brings a debit balance, a credit balance for the new year to run. So this is what I know about what happens there. And that archive would just be that you are getting records of that past period whose balance was what will be the opening balance in the new financial year, financially.
Okay, if I go to bought contract notes, I should be able to view all what the customer has done.
Okay, bought contract note in the same way will not go backwards for contract note reporting. It will be from the time it was, because actually when it was cut off, okay, what you mean is if there was like a past contract notes report for archives, no.
It's a problem, sir. It's a problem.
No, please just put that together for consideration. Let's hear about that.
Okay.
Any question? Yeah, Mr. Sami, please. Mr. Hammond, please. Hello, Mr. Hammond.
I'm here.
Yeah, please. Your hand was up. Here. Yes.
No, it's not me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, Mr. Ekanem. Go ahead.
I'm done, Mr. Amos.
Okay, great.
Let me lower my hand.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Emisi, please go ahead, please. Unmute.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So I want to raise the issue of maker checker.
Oh, excellent,
I
excellent.
don't.
Yeah, yes. Please
So
go
I don't
ahead.
know if
Yes.
I don't know if it has been brought to your notice. There are some transactions that Pincon would do,
Yeah.
and it's maybe Mr. Tolu actually did it, or Madam Alaba actually did it, and she asked me to approve on maker checker, but instead of me to check it to see it on PV or maybe an inter-account transfer, it goes straight to the account instead of an approval first before going to that customer's account. I don't know if you have noticed it or it has been reported to you before.
You see,
One
what
one
do you
minute.
mean that it has been? Mr. Amos, just a minute, please. Just a minute. While I would want to sit quiet and listen to all of you talk, I want us to come out with examples, specific examples, to assist Mr. Amos to answer these questions or queries that we have. If we keep coming out with this off the top something, he will not get what you're saying. Mr. Amos already had information which you are aware of, Emisi, on all these things. So if we still have a specific issue, speak to that event that has happened to make clarity, and he'll be able to answer you directly. When you keep going that Tolu will do something, what kind of transaction were you doing? Internal control, IK, I hope you are listening. What kind of transaction was Tolu posting? Mr. Amos, Tolu of Vincon is posting a payment, and they will say go to maker checker. I will not see it. Your maker checker. So what were you looking out for in the maker checker? Were you looking for a receipt? Were you looking for a payment voucher? Were you looking for a debit note? Were you looking for a credit note? All these things have to be specifically seen and known before you say those things are not appearing on maker checker. I want us to use this opportunity to deal with live scenarios of what we have and not just talk as if we're talking out of the blues. So Mr. Amos can take notes. His team might be listening. Sorry, I joined late. His team might be listening, and they will specifically answer to these things. Instead of us just making a generic statement and will not get answers that will be favorable for us today. This is an opportunity which we must use wisely, please. So while Missy has mentioned this thing, Tolu is on this call. Tolu, can you speak specifically to a particular transaction that has these issues? So Mr. Amos will be able to answer it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so very much. I think the clarity or the information I gather from Emisi, particularly may be about inter-account transfer. But please, can I please just do a rundown of that dual control, please? Can I just do a rundown so you can now tell me which of this is the issue particularly? Yes, that is let me just confirm which of them. Like if I go to dual control is where I'm trying to. Let me just try go to that dual control briefly. Let's just check some time. Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead, please. I'm hearing you. Somebody wants to make a comment. I want to go to that dual control. Yeah. I want to have a general overview of that dual control, like what we have under maker checker here. Now, for now, what we have dual control for covers. Sorry. Okay. Hello. Hello. Excuse me.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Can I continue?
Please, Mr. Amos, just hold on. Let Tolu just speak. Just hold on. Let
Tolu
go ahead,
please.
Speak,
please go ahead. I wanted to get his voice. Yes.
Okay, sir. On a number of times, I have observed that when I post into maybe PV or customers inter account transfer, I'll be expecting the next person, either Madam Alaba or Emisi, to help me do the approval on maker checker. But they will tell me they did not say it.
Yeah, that's what I want to confirm now.
Not have to go.
Sorry, that's what I want to confirm now, because I think I get your question. I get even from the Missy that I get her point, so that we can just accomplish it with this overview I want to do here. Now, sorry, let me just. I'm not cutting you. I want to be sure that this is exactly what you are speaking to, because the provision for inter-account transfer is not on the dual control yet. That's the one. That's what I'm trying to talk about now. So we have provision for dual control that covers account opening, where your policy says you must approve every account opened. Then we also have policy, if it is activated, for orders. I book a buy order, I book a sell order, and somebody authorizing before it goes into jobbing or the trading terminal or something. If this is activated, that is available. Then maker checker for payment vouchers. If you do client financial, clients and what's it called? All those what's it called? If you do all those client financial items and payment voucher was done.
No, withdrawal.
Yeah, that's withdrawal, please. That's withdrawal, yes. Now,
Okay.
that's withdrawal. So if you now have any one of those ones that have an issue, please, we need your request that, oh, I did a PV, it did not go for authorization, it went straight or something. That's what I want to hear. Then, or debit notes or receipts, credit notes. Please take notes. Inter-account transfer is not a member of the dual control. So that is now what I want to hear as a request. If inter-account transfer is to be on the dual control, of course, we can look at that and implement that to happen. But not that it was there and that we're having to argue whether it should go there or it's not going. It wasn't even there on the dual control for now yet. That's what I'm saying. Then additional things that... Yes, please.
Sorry to cut you short, sir. We've been notified of the inter-account transfer that you are working on it. But surprisingly, I can vividly remember yesterday, I did a payment voucher of we paying to a vendor. We paid 2,570,000. And I quickly prepared the voucher for my line manager to approve on Maker Checker. But she said she did not see it, that there's nothing on Maker Checker. I did twice. I did 2,570. I did 50,000. All went through without passing through the Maker Checker, which is not inter-account transfer.
Another again, journal entries are not routed through Maker Checker. That's why you have that.
Not journal, sir. Not journal, sir. PV, payment voucher.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yes.
What you have is that what we took to that point is things impacting on portfolio account under dual control. That's what I'm saying. GLPV, GL receipts, and journal entry are all under what's it called? Under GL financial GL operations. All those ones are not. They don't ride on Maker Checker. If you want them to go to Maker Checker, that can be planned. That's exactly where I'm going.
Okay, sir. Hey,
Sorry,
what other issues, sir? Hello, sir.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
Okay, there are two other observations that we've made, sir. That is routed through what we are discussing now. Number one, if we trade for a customer today, we need to send a statement to the customer for him or her to see the line of transaction, and we quoted that same day to that same day. Surprisingly, the statement will give us an absurd balance. So we don't know if Cloud Integra has made a modification that made it to be like that.
No.
That's one.
Yeah. Okay.
Then second one, while posting, for example, Mr. Emmanuel paid bought shares, and I want to post into your own account, and there is a debit, there is a credit. What I have observed is that on quoting today as the date you wanted to get your proceeds, if I want to do the second side of my posting, which is the credit side, I have to go back to the date to go and ensure that the date is still the date that I wanted. If not, Cloud Integra will change it to the present date. So I don't know if there are modifications that you've done that made it to be like that. So those two differences are what is of concern to me.
Yeah, this your last option will be taken care of in the new GLPV that I've just introduced, and that will scrap every other thing that we're using before, because that's actually under control. Now, to respond to balance issues that you had, one, you in your environment, or any other comments? Hello?
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
In your operation, we've seen in many instances when you made efforts, you made attempts to reversing inter-account transfer before this provision. Those inter-account transfer reversals may not have worked correctly. And as such, those reversals were not perfect, which means if one tries to scan through your system with what we are saying now, all such efforts of such reversals will be taken care of. But then, if you do reversal with what we have done now, they will be fine, because in the first place, reversal wasn't available for inter-account transfer. So when you now go to reverse at that time, it was almost like you have reversed one part because two things make up an inter-account transfer. There will always be a debit note, there's a credit note. So it's like when you did that reversal at that time, you may have just been attending to just one part of the leg of that, and that could give rise to the date of trying to sort out one thing. Then the other was you using trade reversal instead of the trade pullout and reprocessing. Now, the trade reversal, what it does is that by the time it reverses, fine. The days of pulling out one thing or the other, there is actually this conflict between pullout and the records of pullout items and reversed items. And this also we've seen that in the past. And that's why, as an operational provision, the trade reversal will be replaced totally by this post-trade operational page that I just shared with you. So that will be the point when, one, you have 700, 690 has processed, 10 outstanding. Nothing will make you go to reverse the past. Nothing. You should only attend to those 10 things that will go add up to the rest items in the GL. And same way, if you have cost to change one particular account because of concession, it is just that account you should bother about and not the whole 7,000, because you can't do that as the volume of transactions are growing right now to 1,000 plus per day, that you want to be pulling out the whole day and reprocessing. So those things are being phased out, that you deal with the items that are not balanced. And that's why we have the dashboard of items and, of course, the discoveries, or rather the exposes a kind of exposure to the outstanding exceptions for you to handle. So I know in those systems area, that means that if you have those things in the system, there is need to look at the records to ensure that those previous reversals are attended to, or effects of trade reversal. And that's why that is so, quite frankly. Now, then the import from here is that there should be provision of inter-account transfer on Maker Checker. That's one. And of course, considering journals also to ride on the Maker Checker. So these are notes taken to go to for development additions. Any other observations or questions?
Hello, sir. Mr. Amos.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Amos.
Please go ahead,
okay,
sir.
You've not answered the first part of my concern.
Please remind me.
I said, okay, the first part is that when we, let's say a particular customer requested for the sales proceeds of his shares today, let's assuming 1 million naira was to be paid to him or her, he or she will want to see, may request for the statement. And on trying to download from Cloud Integra, ordinarily, what we do is that we tell Cloud Integra to give us the the balance as at that date. For example, today is 23. So we quote 2308 to 2308. So that's what we do formally, and we get the balance. But now, if we should do it, it will throw that balance into. In fact, I don't know where the balances came from, because
please,
we had an issue with
on this. Please share an example. I need to see an example on this. If it is on clearing,
okay.
Sorry. Yes, please. Hello. Yes.
Okay.
What
Olu is trying to say. Okay, like for instance, now I send a mandate for Imperial to sell 10,000 units of GT for me at 2 naira.
That's right.
And it's sold. And I want to advise, they want to advise me. They want to send me my cash statement and my sold contract notes.
Yeah.
Once we generate, it's today's, it's going to be based on today's transactions. The report I'm sending to the customer that I sold 10,000 units of GT for.
Yeah.
So I'll go there, I'll PDF the cash statements, I'll PDF the contract notes, the sold contract notes. The cash statement, if I use today's dates, the balance there will not give me, we notice that it will not give me the proceeds, the sales proceeds, the actual balance that I'm supposed to get today.
No problem. Now, sorry,
it's
please.
Either, do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
I think it's the same. Please, I need to see. I need to see a typical report, because where I'm sensing, what I'm thinking right now, are we aware of settlement days, which even every statement will state whether something is unclear or cleared, and the balance running?
Sir, this has nothing to do with settlement date.
I'm just thinking aloud, so that we can confirm what that is, so that if I see a typical statement with that, it will be enough to help me.
This has put us in trouble.
Can I come in here, please? Can I, Mr. Amos, can I speak?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, this is something we have discussed and I've brought to your attention, and you said you were going to check. The problem is not settlement or cleared transaction.
Okay.
The problem is this.
I sincerely, that we've discussed that. Sincerely, may not even have remembered that.
Yes, we discussed it. I told we have. What we are agreed that you were going to check was the dates, the way the dates are formatted. What everybody to you is this. Cloud Integra, in its early days, before all the latest modifications we are having, you could ask for same date on your request and get your position, because you do not want as back door. The customer.
Is my network?
Told one.
Is it my network? Your voice is breaking. Is it my network?
Unit of share today.
Okay, Madam Ekanem.
I can hear you, sir. I don't think it's your network.
Okay.
Network.
Okay. You know what? Please share. No, I may have discussed, but to be frank with you, I may not really remember very well. But then, please, I will need to see, particularly the typical statement, the balance you're looking at, so that could help my talk. It's only
okay, Mr. Amos. I will send you a sample on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, please.
That one even got us into trouble.
No, please. I'll be interested. That for enough, anything we see, unless we are able to verify and view accurately to know what the issue is, it won't be easy to know where to start from. Actually, please, I'll need that properly channeled, so that we can actually take a look to see how we deal that.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Adejo, how are you, sir?
Good afternoon, sir.
How do you do,
Fine, sir.
Great.
Good.
Thanks to have you. And Mr. Okay, and of course the internal control. Please, I would like us to really engage further, because there are lots around internal control. Most of this, just like they have spoken a bit about the administrator, there's also a lot of things for the internal control people, for which even right now you may be the ones actually taking care of some of those exception reporting internally, which sometimes even goes a long way to help you. Because, for instance, like we discussed the other time, if you have trades transactions ongoing and you have accounts that are not yet opened, and those accounts by end of day may not even get those things, I think even the internal control should be able to get some of those, or the compliance should be able to get some of those information to help the operations people, so that they can actually tidy it. I know the operations get to know early because they monitor, but sometimes they may not even know. They just realize the day is done. And like it is in some houses, they get this trade information finalized around very late in the evening, 5 p.m. so they really can't know what actually settled. So, and to stay that long may not really favor the position on a daily basis. So please, let me just have that information. Sammy, please let me try that channeling. Let me just see how that helps. And at the end of the day, I appreciate this session. We also have a repeat of this on Wednesday. That will be general. And that's why I tell every one of you, this is actually an opportunity that we're having everybody here, eyes together, things to talk about. And that is almost like a retreat internally, and you can actually know how one unit person's job affects the other. And that is even something you don't just get. We're waiting for Sammy to know that he has to make these arrangements so that we can go to the Bahamas, at least on one of these later days for more. Mr. Sammy, your thoughts?
Hey, Mr.
Sorry,
Amos,
Lalade,
Mr.
please go
Amos.
ahead.
I'm in support of that too.
Bahamas, don't worry. You
Please,
go wait,
you can go
Taya.
ahead. Lalade, go ahead.
It's not whether you
sorry,
are waiting
Zekanem.
tire or you're not waiting tire. The
Ekanem,
issue
go
is
ahead,
not
please.
waiting tire. The issue,
Madam Ekanem, please, your words.
issue
No, I'm
is,
okay,
can
sir.
you fund?
Okay.
Have you utilized Cloud Integra?
Have you what?
Mr. Sam, it's Mr. Amos that suggested Bahamas, so no be a canem. Thank you, sir.
No, I did not say a canem, madam. I'm talking to Friday. Has he made enough to take himself to the Bahamas? Has he used
Sorry
Cloud
about
Integra?
that, sir.
No.
Has he used Cloud Integra to the extent
No.
where we can tell Cloud Integra that we want to go to the Bahamas?
That's why I want to go now.
Sammy,
we will exceed it.
Sammy, don't
All right,
that.
Mr. Amos.
Mr.
Mr.
Sammy,
Amos,
please give me a closure.
are we
But
still
then,
on
please
this
don't
call?
use that your authority to we want Bahamas, and you are seeming to
Are
step
we
something down.
still on the training, Mr. Amos?
Yes,
Before we go to
please.
Bahamas and forget the cocoa.
No, please,
Cocoa
please give us a closure, please. Lolade, is she there? I mean, for your time, and I know you have a program today too. Wow, that's great. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Amos. So I want to believe that everyone has probably any issue that we have, or the training has been able to address any of our growing concerns. But I want to believe Mr. Amos is also available to also resolve these issues. So for the ones that he has said that he wants to see issues like real-time issues, please, would want you to reach out to him by Monday so that it can be resolved ASAP. So in the absence of any other question, I don't know if Mr. Sam would like to end this meeting. Mr. IK2 has also raised some concerns. So maybe we can discuss that on Monday.
That's right.
So that Mr. IK can also be well integrated on the app. So in the absence of any other thing, Sam, have the floor.
I will, sorry, thank you so very much for that closure. I will particularly want to listen to Sammy abuse me because he likes abusing me. Sammy, go ahead. Okay, Sammy. I won't close until you abuse me for today. And besides you. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. Have a pleasant weekend. Have a pleasant weekend. Thank you.